This is my second client called Super. So for Super, the her name's Sue. She's age 40. Sue is a smoker, and she also suffers from stress because she's a high-powered businesswoman and has two children to look after. So her lifestyle details are: Sue has two children and she works in a high-up job. This means Sue has limited time on her hands. This means that the sessions will have to be short but at a high intensity, which ensures that she can still get the best results in the shortest amount of time and the time that we have available. Um, Sue has limited time to cook, so she tends to eat any convenience foods by her work, for example, fast foods or unhealthy lunches. So when Sue's at home, she cooks for her children, but cooks what's convenient for her. So, because she eats at different times to her children, she'll cook them something and then just cook something quick and easy for her. So it's not always the healthiest option. Um, she only eats when she has time, so her dietary habits are poor. So for Sue, a target already would be to improve her dietary habits and maybe bring prepared meals for lunch, because with all the training she's going to have a good nutritional diet to help recover and um, see the results in the quickest possible amount of time. So the barriers to completing the 6-week exercise program is Sue works long hours Monday to Friday, so we'll have to fit two sessions in at the weekend or in the latter part of the week. And then as we go through the exercise program, the third session will have to be maybe a late evening or something. Um, she does the school run in the morning and has a carer to look after the children after school. So Sue could pay for the carer for 2 or 3 hours extra to fit in a extra session as we go through the weeks. Um, there's a downside to this would be Sue wouldn't be able to see her children a lot. So for Sue, we're going to do three types of warm-ups depending on the training. So if it was an upper body session warm-up, the upper body would be 10-minute light cardio on an exercise bike, treadmill or cross trainer, depending on how intense the session would be, just to get blood pumping around all of the body. Then we will do 10 minutes of dynamic stretches, um, stretching specific muscle groups such as bicep, tricep, the rotator cuffs, the latissimus dorsi, and so on. The lower body session warm-up, we'll do a light exercise bike warm-up to get the blood pumping to only the leg muscles and no unnecessary non-working muscles. We'll be doing a PNF stretch on the hamstring, as this is quite a common injury with beginners and people that train their legs frequently. So we'll be doing a lot of PNF on the hamstring, also opening the gate and closing the gate to work the groin and glutes. So the cool down will be 10 to 15 minutes of light jogging, decreasing the intensity, and 10 minutes of static stretching, just so it helps recovery. So, Sue's targets. Sue's short-term targets is to run for 20 minutes without stopping on a treadmill cross trainer. And also a reasonable target to lose 8 pounds in 3 weeks, which if Sue puts the effort in and the types of training that we do, it is fat blasting anyway. So high intensity interval training and continuous training, that's a reasonable target. And the long term target is to lose weight and tone up. So although she's losing the weight, she also wants to see develop a good figure, so toning the figure up. and also improving endurance, so on her busy work days she doesn't feel as fatigued. So week 1, the first session is going to be cardio and upper body testing, just to give me a idea of where Sue's at and how far I can push her. So this will involve full upper body exercises and cardio sessions on all of the equipment. Now just test to see what Sue feels comfortable with on the cardio and what parts of the upper body she would like to improve. And then on the Thursday, it's going to be a legs test session. So looking at squats and lunges and seeing how I can improve the strength in there, because then that will help her with her all of her cardio and toning up. And then on Saturday is just a cardio session improving endurance, which is going to be a very light session. It's going to be around half an hour, just because it's one of our first sessions, so it'll be 10 minutes on the treadmill, doing continuous training for 10 minutes. And then we will move to the spin bike and do some high intensity interval training, just to start working at those fat stores so Sue can start to lose weight. High intensity interval training is a good way to start off with cardio, because you're giving 100% for a certain amount of time and then giving yourself a rest, so you don't feel like it's always demotivating and you've got to hit a certain target. You can just take each set as it comes, really, and it's really good for weight loss. So the Monday will be a rest day, as it is the first working day of the week, just to allow Sue to get back into the swing of things, and not to demotivate her by forcing her on a hard work day. And then the Tuesday session will be a leg session, doing lightweight squats, walking lunges, body squats, leg presses, and hamstring curls. All of these will be high reps, low weight, to lose the fat around the muscle and also tone it up, but also strengthen it, because we are still working with weights. Wednesday will be a rest day, and then Thursday will be an upper body session with bicep curls, tricep extensions, incline dumbbell press and shoulder press. This will tone up the whole upper body and ensure that she has greater strength in her upper body, which will make everyday tasks easier. Again, all of these will be at a high repetition, working at an RPE of around 10 to 12, so it's at a medium intensity, just keeping everything nice and controlled. And then on the Friday, it will be a cardio session on the exercise bike with continuous training and Tabata training both at an RPE of 10. So this is quite a reasonable RPE, just so Sue doesn't go in all guns blazing and gets demotivated quickly, because she is screaming in pain because of the build-up of lactic acid. It's just generally building it up over the next few weeks, encouraging her, making sure we can see the best possible results. Week 3, this will be our mid-program testing. So we will have testing on the upper body and lower body, seeing if Sue's made any improvement on her 1 rep maxes. And then this will be no cardio in this session, because the strength that Sue will have to put into this session, it won't be ideal to do cardio. Furthermore, Sue has the cardio testing on Thursday, which is why we did no cardio on Tuesday. This is seeing how far she's off that, seeing if she reaches that target of completing that 12 minutes on the treadmill running non-stop. and if she does complete it or do further, then we will increase the rest of the coming weeks. Cardio session on Sunday, it will just be a 30-minute continuous training session using 10 minutes of the exercise bike, treadmill and cross trainer. This just targets different muscle groups and also tones up different areas. So the exercise bike is primarily your legs, whereas the treadmill cross trainer is using both legs and arms. Week 4, we will be doing a leg session, but we'll be lowering the rest in between sets, so the muscles will start to be under a more intense pressure. So this will be working at higher RPE. And this is also making a progressive overload because we are doing the same exercises but having fewer rests in between. Cardio session will be continuous training working at an RPE of 14. This is 2 steps up from what we did the week before, because it was at 12, and then we will do interval training with 80% max of her sprints. The cardio session will be the same, it will just be a 30-minute continuous training session using different pieces of equipment. The leg session will be the same, but we are upping the weight but still keeping that rest between sets the same. So it'll still be at a high intensity, just keeping the weight heavy, so this will fatigue and strengthen the muscles quicker. And the cardio session, we've increased it again to a RPE of 16 with interval training at 80% sprints, but this time we will do the sprints on a 30-meter piece of track. So Sue will do 4 sets of 30-meter sprints in the quickest possible time. And then the cardio session is the same, just including 2 sets of 30 seconds of burpees to give that last minute fat burner to change up the exercise program a bit and make sure that Sue doesn't get bored of just doing the same thing every session. And then the final week will be the Thursday will be testing on the upper body and lower body weight exercises to see if Sue has carried on progressing. And then the Sunday will be the cardio testing to see if she's improved with her endurance as one of her targets. Also, we will weigh Sue after this and see if she has lost any weight and keep the plan going, just progressively overloading it for Sue to cooperate into her life. That was my 14.2 Super